Good morning, Chair Torres and members. It is estimated that approximately $650 million in 2011 redevelopment bond proceeds are currently sitting idle and cannot be used. If these proceeds were spent on their intended projects, it is estimated that the direct impacts of the funds would generate approximately 15,000 jobs, over $2 billion in economic activity, and more than $100 million in tax revenue. The elimination of redevelopment agencies has put the state in a difficult predicament and at risk for costly litigation at the same time that jobs are desperately needed. During the first half of 2011, prior to the dissolution of all redevelopment agencies, approximately 50 agencies legally issued bonds. Of those cities, 37 have outstanding bond proceeds that they are now not allowed to use. The state has asserted that the vast majority of 2011 redevelopment bonds must be defeased and their proceeds not spent on projects. However, over 90% of these bonds cannot be defeased for 10 years. So if these bonds remained unused, nearly $1 billion will be spent on the debt service payments over the next decade in a non-productive way. And this non-productive debt depresses economic activity throughout the state and contributes to an annual loss of about 2,300 to 2,500 jobs without any corresponding offset. AB 981 would adjust the cutoff date for the use of redevelopment bond proceeds from December 31st, 2010, as currently established in AB 1484, to June 28th, 2011, the date that dissolution legislation was signed, thus allowing 2011 bond funds to be used for economic development and job creation. This clarification will be extremely important, and our economy is still struggling to get back on its feet. And this bill offers a common sense solution that is a cost-free policy decision, and it will foster job creation and economic development. The bonds are there, waiting to be used. We just need the will to use them. I thank you and ask for your aye vote.
Move the bill.
Okay, the bill has been moved. Is there a second? Oh, sorry about that. Moved and second. You have witnesses in support?
Yes, Mr. Jonathan Leonard from the City of West Hollywood.
John Leonard, City of West Hollywood, in support of the bill. The only item I would add is that approximately $134 million of the bond proceeds are housing bond proceeds, which would create an estimated 2,000 affordable housing units in 21 communities across the state. Thank you.
I should have said Mr. Leonard will lead the witnesses off, please. Go ahead.
Good morning, Chair Torres and committee members. My name is Alex Landsberg with SmartCitiesPrevail. We're a 501c4 organization, and I conducted the economic impact analysis on this. The only thing that I'd like to add to this, Mr. Leonard already mentioned the housing units. This will also create extensive new infrastructure that will stand the test of time, enhance our communities. And the other thing to remember is that over a quarter of the impacts, economic impacts, are outside of the counties where the projects will happen, and the nature of our regional economies means that the majority of the impacts are outside of the direct communities where these projects will happen. This is a statewide benefit.
Madam Chair, members, David Jones on behalf of the City of San Marcos. We find ourselves in this predicament. We have bonds that are sitting idle. We cannot defease them. I mean, defeasance is a very, very expensive process. The IRS doesn't look kindly on us sitting with tax-exempt instruments doing nothing, and so it puts local governments in a very precarious position with the IRS, with Department of Finance saying you can't spend it, and people have these bonds, they bought these bonds, they have a 10-year call, we have to wait. It puts local governments in a very unenviable position, and with the state's economy the way it is, making this bill go forward and having these assets work for us makes common sense. We'd ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Next witnesses, name, organization, and position only.
Joshua Shaw for the City of Santa Monica in strong support.
Silvio Ferrari with the California Building Industry Association in support.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Paul Gonzalez, representing 50-plus cities throughout the state, all in support. Thank you.
Julie Snyder with Housing California in support. Thank you.
Brian Augusto with Western Center on Law and Poverty in support.
Any other witnesses in support? Opposition? Seeing none, it is due pass to appropriations. I would